The next entry in the World of Darkness vampire series, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, got a new developer diary entry this week. This is the 7th entry by the studio, which this time focused on the game's combat. So how is it going to be playing as a vampire? The first gameplay style that they featured is what creative director Alex Skidmore is calling the strategic stalker. Take enemies out one by one to even the odds, or even just feed upon some of those hapless souls below, so you'll be powered up when you eventually do decide to join the fray. Skidrow compares the gameplay of the strategic stalkers to that of the Dishonored series, or a stealthier Fallout and Elder Scrolls character. The next major style introduced was the action brawler. These are quite the opposite to the stalkers. Instead of being subtle, they're straight up brawlers who get right into the action. Punch first, ask questions later. The Chinese room does reiterate that any character type from any clan can thrive in the middle of combat, not just those from the Bruja clan. Lastly, the narrative adventure style is more of a pacifist, engaging more in narrative and exploration. Skidmore does admit that they feel like most fans of the original would appreciate tools that could allow them to fully immerse themselves in the World of Darkness. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is currently set to release for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series and PC sometime in the fall of 2024. For more on this news or any news mentioned in this video today, you can check it in the description below. The action RPG Last Epoch has unveiled the Warlock class. Developer 11th Hour Games have teamed up with content creators to give an introduction to the new Mastery classes that will be arriving with the full launch of Last Epoch this month. The Warlock Mastery class in Last Epoch functions much like the class in other games, but instead of relying on demonic pacts to fuel their fury, these Warlocks focus on using a combination of fire and necrotic damage to devastate their enemies. At launch, 5 unique curses will be available from the Last Epoch's Warlock's various skills. Of course, the most exciting part of this new Mastery class would be the added active skills that each would bring to the table. Just like other skills in Last Epoch, there are over 120 at this point. Each has its dedicated customization tree that features another dozen or so nodes. Last Epoch is gearing up for the full release this February 21st, 2024. The action RPG initially launched into early access way back in 2019, so this marks almost 5 years since then. If you're eager to find out what other games are releasing this month, be sure to visit Fextralife, as we have an article that goes over the best games coming in February of 2024. It's not been long since the survival RPG Enshrouded headed to early access on Steam. In just 4 days of its launch, it has now surpassed 1 million players. Keen Games developer expressed their surprise at the game's reception, being completely blown away. The game's reception seems to surprise even its creators, stacking up over 1 million players in such a short space of time. According to SteamDB, the all-time peak was at over 160,000 concurrent players. The Enshrouded team have shared that this is just the beginning, according to the latest post on X. In case you missed it, Enshrouded is a survival crafting RPG which ended early access roughly a week ago. The title combines Souls-like elements in its combat with the creativity to build and craft. The game also comes with a lot of customization, especially with skills, with 12 different classes to choose from. If you're looking for a co-op survival set in a fantasy world plagued with Lovecraftian-inspired creatures, this might be up your alley. We have a great deep dive into the game's combat mechanics, crafting and more in our preview on our channel, so you should go check that out. This should give you a great overview of Enshrouded's brutal but fun co-op survival. Enshrouded is currently in early access on Steam. Plans for console versions of the game will be coming at a later date. Mistakes do happen, and Visions of Mana being listed as a game coming to Game Pass was one of them. Xbox has now confirmed that the details of the game coming to Game Pass was indeed an error. The game had info on the official Xbox website stating that the game would be coming to Game Pass and had the tag Play Day 1. This led fans to believe it would be making its way to Game Pass as a launch day title. However, the description and tag was swiftly taken down, and it now only reads coming summer 2024. In a statement made to Eurogamer, a Microsoft spokesperson had shared that this was mistakenly added. They further cemented this statement, adding, "We do not have plans to bring Visions of Mana to Game Pass at this time, so it looks like the game will not be a Day 1 Game Pass launch according to this." Visions of Mana was one of the games to make a surprise appearance during the Xbox Developer Direct earlier this month, getting a confirmed release window of summer 2024. It's been described as a semi-open world experience with vibrant areas to explore and be immersed in. Visions of Mana will be released on PC, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PlayStation 4. Vampire survival game V Rising is heading to a new platform, PlayStation 5, in 2024. During the Sony State of Play, which took place this week, the Gothic action RPG was revealed to be coming to the console after launching in early access on PC in 2018. In case you missed it, V Rising explores the vampiric world where everything is out to get you. The creatures that roam the forest carrying silver, and even the sun, can pose a threat. It's up to players to build a castle worthy of night dwellers, craft armor, and ultimately survive. The game is currently in early access on Steam and hit 500,000 players in May of 2022, gaining highs of 150,000 concurrent players. The game later went on to sell over 1.5 million copies. V Rising also received a major free update, the Secrets of Gloomrot, in May last year, which added a further new region, the Cursed Forest, new spells, 13 new bosses, and much more. The studio doesn't seem to be slowing down either, as they have planned new foes to be coming to the game, including a new family of evils that will be raising the stakes in both solo and PvP modes. V Rising is available in early access on PC and will be coming to PlayStation 5 in 2024. We're just a couple of months out from the release of Dragon's Dogma 2, and Capcom are eagerly sharing new details for the return of the epic action RPG. In this sequel, there will be plenty of new features, and newly revealed during the Sony PlayStation State of Play was the new Vocation, the Warfarer. The developer has already revealed that new vocations will be coming in this entry, including the impressive Mystic Spearhand and Sneaky Illusionist Trickster. But up next, we get a look at the Warfarer. The Warfarer, while being a versatile class, possesses a lower set of base stats compared to other vocations in Dragon's Dogma 2. Vocations act like classes in the game. This necessitates players to strategically utilize the vocation's diverse range of weapons and skills to compensate for the lower stats. This also will be another Arisen exclusive like the Trickster. They can unleash powerful combos, even using Trickster skills to pull one over on foes and give them ample opportunity to chant their powerful magical attacks. The latest trailer also revealed the ominous Dragon's Plague, an infectious ailment that impacts pawns as they journey across realms. But instead of diminishing the pawn's resolve, Dragon's Plague actually boosts their performance and makes them more confident in nature. Doesn't sound bad, does it? However, the later stages of the illness are less than favourable, hinted to result in devastating calamity. Also introduced were Vocation Maesters, who seem to know their stuff about their respective vocations. Getting to know Maesters better could be advantageous, as they may give special tomes that allow you to unlock new vocations or gain skills through Maesters' teaching. Are you excited for Dragon's Dogma 2? What's your favourite reel from the PlayStation State of Play? Let us know in the comments below. Dragon's Dogma 2 will be coming to platforms PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S on March 22nd. Be sure to drop by our Dragon's Dogma 2 wiki for all the latest info. As promised, the PlayStation State of Play was going to show more footage of Rise of the Ronin. The PlayStation exclusive is Team Ninja's next major RPG set in the late 19th century Japan. This week's unveiling took a look especially at the game's tense combat and open world traversing. As you would expect, Team Ninja will give players several options when it comes to Ronin-styled combat, including hybrid Japanese-Western weapons. For example, the Fire Pipe, a flamethrower type weapon that can set fire to numerous enemies at a time and set off explosive barrels. When it comes to getting around, you have a few options such as travelling upon horseback and grappling to rooftops. The glider looks like it has wings which can be easily deployed mid-air. It's a great way to suddenly drop in and surprise an enemy or two. Rise of the Ronin will be coming to PlayStation 5 as an exclusive on March 22nd, 2024. Stellar Blade has risen from the ashes as part of PlayStation State of Play this week. Announced in 2019 as Project Eve, the post-apocalyptic story-driven RPG is meant to bring an experience like no other. This week it spotlighted the gameplay for the upcoming game, which will be launching on April 26. Playing as the main character Eve, due to the destructive race wars against the Nightverse, these are huge hulking creatures protected by their tough, shield-like outer shells, humans were forced to build an off-world colony. But even their homeland has been constantly threatened by these monstrosities that came out of nowhere. As with most games, Eve won't be tackling problems on her own, as she eventually meets Adam and Lily. Adam is a survivor of Earth and is hunting for hypercells, while Lily is an engineer, an essential member of your squad because she has the ability to upgrade your weapons and armor. Aside from these two companions, Eve will come across the remaining citizens of Zion, otherwise known as the Last Human City. Stellar Blade features super fast-paced combat. We see Eve blasting away with her custom gun and even shielding incoming shots using her blade. Stellar Blade will launch on April 26, 2024. Pre-orders will go live on February 7th. Well, that's it for the week in the wikis. Please join us again next week for yet another great week of gaming. Remember to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits. And budding writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks again for being part of this great community. Keep checking in with us with news, reviews, YouTube streams and vids, and general wiki goodness.